What seemingly harmless personality traits ended up turning out to be a deal-breaker in your relationships? Agreeability. After a while you realize they never make any decisions and just go with whatever you want to do. Which makes it so that you make literally all the decisions. It's exhausting. Always funny. It's fine to be funny, but it becomes a problem when the person prioritizes being funny over being kind. They'll say something critical or sarcastic and try to hide behind humor. Or, being funny is such a big part of their identity that they will prioritize that over every else. I wish in my younger days I had prioritized kindness over being funny in men. He was always sweet and adoring towards me while a complete monster to everyone on the outside. Lol, it's not that he has a soft spot for you. It only lasts so long before they switch up on you too. Passiveness. Turns out they were passive about everything, including what they wanted for their future, career, money, etc. There wasn't one thing in their life that they desired for themselves. People pleasers. I used to think they were generous people with kind hearts, but over time I learned not to trust them because they're not true to themselves and are very resentful people due to their inability to say how they really feel. They do nice things to get you to like them, not because they actually want to. I don't like that. Conflict avoidance. Nobody wants to fight all the time, but an inability to have a disagreement without shutting down completely is not sustainable in an adult relationship. It only builds resentment. Him being a social butterfly. Turns out he was always seeing who he could reel in for later and had more back burners than a restaurant. Poor education. Seemed like no big deal, he was able to provide, he did well in life. But that lack of quality conversation was just so boring. Disputatiousness. At first it felt like fun banter, but after a few years it was exhausting how he always had to be right. Couldn't even have minor disagreements like who the actor in a movie was without it becoming a whole thing. Never mind if we actually needed to discuss something serious. Confidence can very easily turn into condescension, and that quickly seeps into all interactions and builds animosity. His focus on mental health. He ended up blaming me for all his mental health problems. I was not the cause. Even though it turned out he was the one cheating. Being conscientious with money. When every gift turns into a debate about how much it cost. Porn consumption. Any self-proclaimed empath. It turns into, look how much I'm hurting because of your paw and edit. The point I'm making is that people who claim to be empaths often make other people's emotions about them. Rather than letting a person grieve, it becomes about how much the other person's grief affects them.